I think a big key to tonight's win was in that second quarter, Vic, when we're down 20 and we go on a run to cut it to 12. That 20-point lead could have gone to 30, but we kind of got back in the game prior to halftime. And then second half, we outscored them 75-45, held them to 39 from the field, and most importantly, they had 10 threes in the first half, only 3 threes in the second half. A lot of great numbers, 37 assists, only 10 turnovers. 16 fast break points for us, all in the second half because we finally got stops, and then 64 in the paint. And obviously, Nikola, I believe, I think passed Jason Kidd tonight. Is that right? And LeBron. So he passed those guys, triple-double. So another great performance by him. But guys off the bench, I mean, Julian Strawther tonight, I thought he was really impactful in that second quarter when he made those threes to kind of stop the bleeding. Conlan, I mean, if I would have asked you guys to start the season, if you'd expect to see Conlan, Julian, Christian, Zeke, and Peyton out there in the fourth quarter, what would you guys have said? You'd have believed it? Okay, yeah, not a game that we're down 20 in, right? So this was a team win, man. Everybody contributed, and it was great to see.
How important was it that New Orleans came out? They made a lot. They made everything. You guys didn't play well defensively, but they were still making just pretty much everything. Was it kind of one of those things where it's like, hey guys, eventually these guys got to start missing some shots. We got to help them miss, but they're going to start missing. We just have to stay the course that way.
Yeah, there was one time out where that was my message to our guys. Like, don't drop your heads. They're making shots right now. All right, we got to improve our defense. We have to help make them miss some of these shots. But if we drop our heads and give in and let go of that rope, this is going to get ugly really quick. And as a coach, you're always proud of a group when things aren't going your way, but you stick with it. You do stay the course. And, to be down 20 and to wind up winning by whatever we won by is a testament to our kind of stick-to-itiveness. And we're a team that doesn't quit, and we just kept on competing. And that third quarter, man, we executed on offense. We got stops. We got out and ran, and that was Denver Nugget basketball.
Coach, tonight was the first game, obviously, without Jamal. You guys have been in this experience before and then had different varying levels of success, but using Aaron Gordon at times at point guard and Reggie and Colin Gillespie, what was that experience like tonight? Just kind of big comparisons on Saturday.
Well, I mean, obviously we had time to prepare for this one, knowing that he was going to be out. Whereas, the last game, it was unfortunate that he had the hamstring strain or whatever it is. But we went. That's why we had shoot around this morning to go through all the different iterations, the different lineups that we'd have out there, and the different options. Reggie as a starter, Colin as a backup. Having no true point guard on the floor, using Aaron Gordon as a point forward. Nikola can run the point at any time he's out there because that's how good of a player he is. So I thought everybody did. I mean, Reggie did a really good job. 4 assists, no turnovers. I thought Colin came in and did a really good job with the group that he was out there with. Had some really good basketball plays, fought and competed on defense. And even when we played big, just where you have Aaron, Nikola, and then 3 shooters in Julian, Michael, and KCP. So, we can still get better. We will get better because I don't anticipate Jamal Murray being back in the near future.
KCP is flying around making multiple deflections. Guys are running. You mentioned pushing the pace. You're in the middle of this schedule stretch. What does it say about this team's ability to find that energy to go ahead and push in these moments, especially when they're down?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought that up because that's what was the last thing I told our guys, how proud I was of them. I mean, this has been a really demanding schedule early in the year. Again, I think this is 6-9, maybe 7-11. It's been a lot of basketball and not a lot of rest. But our guys have attacked it. We haven't used it as an excuse. We haven't come with the mindset, it's okay, we're 6-1. We may not have a good game. We have a very professional approach to the season, to our games, and I told our guys, man, we have one more game before we get a little bit of a break, and then let's continue to be selfish and understand why we're winning and play the right way. And when we do that, obviously we give ourselves a great chance.
Aaron Gordon and KCP have always been known as your tough guy, find the best player, get the stopper guys. You down 2 more guys, and Christian Brown and Peyton Watson.
Yeah, I mean, those two are they're gonna mix it up. I mean, I've never seen Christian take a backward step in his life. He plays forward, he plays downhill, he attacks. I thought Peyton as well. He did some really good things out there. 2 more blocks for him, using that length and that wingspan that he has. Colin, for a smaller guy, he switched on to a Larry Nance Jr. one time, fought him in the post, wound up getting a steal, which fueled that break on the other end. I mean, that second group's got to be dirty, nasty, ugly. Just get after it. I mean, and tonight was a good example of how they need to play and how they have been playing, to be honest.
It's hard to quantify these things because we saw what Nikola did in the playoffs, what he's done his MVP season.
Then why are you going to ask me?
I'm asking you to quantify. Do you feel he's gotten better and is still making improvements? And if so, in what ways? When you see how dominant he's been these last 3 games?
You know, for me, Adam, it's hard to quantify, but it's hard to say he's gotten better because he's been so great for so long. So I think his greatness is still at such a high level. But what I see from him and where he has grown and improved is his presence, him being in the moment, him being emotionally invested in his teammates, him speaking up in huddles, in practice. And those are things that I've talked a lot about going into this season, is that I really want Nikola and Jamal Murray. This is their team. I'm going to do my job as a head coach. I will be the bad guy when I have to be the bad guy. But the more vocal Nikola and Jamal are, we have a chance to be really, really special. And early in the season, 8 games played, I've seen that from Nikola and even Jamal prior to his injury, of them being emotionally invested, being present in the moment, and giving everything that is being asked of them.
Does that extend to the younger guys like Strawther when he's playing with Jokic too? Like, there's more confidence, just builds up that I'm on there with Nicole, and he's encouraging those guys to just let it go.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the greatest gift we can give any of our young players is confidence. And so if Julian, if CB, if Peyton, if Jalen or Conlan, they make a mistake, you know, we're not yanking those guys out. We'll watch film with them. We'll help them get better and learn their mistakes. We'll hold them accountable. But I see Nikola grabbing guys and talking to them. Last game against Chicago, helping Colin Gillespie, hey, man, if I'm opening the post, bring the ball over here, just small things. And what a great feeling for a young player that a 2-time MVP, a finals MVP, a world champion is taking the time to talk to me and instruct me. And that's got to be, you know, such a great feeling. You know, empowering people is pretty cool. And I think Nikola does a really good job of empowering those around, that they're celebrated for that.
James Conlan, RCB Radio Sport Ireland.
Long time.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. Good to catch up with you again. Mike, you spoke about your defensive achievements so far in the playoffs, shutting down KD, shutting down Booker, shutting down LeBron James. But playoff Jimmy at the moment in Miami Heat, no one seems to be able to shut him down at the moment. He's averaging 27 points a game. Miami hold the hot hand. How difficult of a challenge is he going to be for Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. in terms of locking down Jimmy Butler?
Oh, it'll be a hell of a challenge. I mean, to your point, if you look at Jimmy Butler's body of work and what he's been doing since that first round against Milwaukee, upsetting the number 1 seed 4 games to 1. And, you know, Milwaukee's got some really good defensive players. And I think I heard Drew Holiday say the other day, it didn't matter who was guarding Jimmy in that series. He was just in a zone, and he was unstoppable. You don't stop a guy like Jimmy Butler with one player. I mean, it's not going to be just on Aaron Gordon. It won't be just on Michael Porter or whoever's guarding him. You have to guard guys like that, and you mentioned them, the KDs, the Anthony Edwards, the Devin Bookers, the LeBron James. That is 5 guys defending as one to try to stop a player with that kind of talent. And that's going to be the same mindset if it is Miami trying to stop Jimmy Butler. You have to give him different looks, and you have to keep him off balance, and you have to have 5 guys locked into that task, one possession at a time.